I used to believe that some people were simply born lucky, and I wasn't one of them. 3 years ago, I hit a wall so hard that I forgot what it felt like to breathe without a weight on my chest. My days blurred into sleepless nights, and my nights stretched into endless loops of anxiety. I was a ghost haunting my own life. It started subtly. A missed deadline here, a canceled plan there. But soon, the cracks widened into crevices. I lost my job because I couldn't concentrate. Friends stopped calling because I'd stopped answering. My reflection in the mirror became a stranger. Hollow eyes, slumped shoulders, a mouth that had forgotten how to smile. The worst part, I couldn't even escape into sleep. Every night, I'd lie awake replaying failures, fears, and what-ifs. My mind was a broken record, and the needle was stuck on shame. The tipping point came on a Tuesday. I remember because garbage trucks always came on Tuesdays, and the sound of clanking bins felt like mockery. That morning, I stared at my ceiling for the 5th straight hour and thought, this is it. I can't live like this anymore. But I didn't know how to change. Therapy was expensive. Medication felt too clinical. I needed something I could do in the dark, alone, when the world was quiet and my demons were loudest. That's when I stumbled on a concept that sounded almost too simple: sleep and emotional release techniques. I found a thread on a forum late one night, someone describing a method they called the midnight unburdening. It wasn't about pills or strict routines. It was about teaching your body and mind to let go before sleep, to release the emotional toxins of the day, so rest could actually heal. Skeptical but desperate, I tried it. Step 1. The pre-sleep audit. Every night, 30 minutes before bed, I'd sit with a notebook and write 3 lists. What went wrong today? No filter, just facts. What I'm holding onto that isn't mine. Someone else's anger, societal pressure, past guilt. What I choose to release tonight. One small thing, like the memory of that argument, or fear about tomorrow's email. The first week, I cried through every list. The second week, I felt a strange lightness after writing, like I'd unzipped a heavy coat. Step 2. The breathing bridge. Before closing my eyes, I practice a 4-7-8 breath. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. On the exhale, I'd imagine blowing away the items from list 3. Release fear of failure. I'd whisper to myself as the air left my lungs. It felt silly at first, like pretending magic was real. But by night 10, my shoulders started unclenching. By night 20, my jaw stopped grinding. Step 3. The emotional scan. Lying in bed, I'd mentally travel through my body, from the crown of my head to the tips of my toes, asking each part, what are you holding? My chest often answered, worry. My stomach, tightness. My throat, words I never said. Then I'd visualize sending warmth to those places, as if comforting a frightened child. Step 4. The safe anchor. I created a mental image of a place where I felt utterly secure. A childhood memory of sitting under a willow tree, sunlight dappling my arms. Every night, I'd return there before sleep. Over time, this anchor became a shortcut to calm. Even on bad days, I could close my eyes, find a willow tree, and feel my pulse slow. The results didn't come overnight. The first month, I still woke up at 3 a.m. with racing thoughts. But instead of fighting them, I used another technique, the compassionate replay. I'd imagine a kind voice saying, "You're safe. That worry isn't a prophecy, it's just a thought." Then I'd physically turn my pillow over, a small ritual that symbolized a fresh start, and return to my breathing bridge. By month 3, something shifted. I woke up one morning and realized I hadn't cried in a week. My reflection didn't look like a ghost anymore, just a tired person who was trying. I started cooking again, then calling my mom. When an old friend texted, I didn't ignore it. The real breakthrough came 6 months in. I had a nightmare, a vivid one about my old boss yelling at me. But instead of spiraling, my subconscious did something new. In the dream, I turned, walked to a window, and saw the willow tree. I woke up calm. That's when I knew these techniques had rewired something deep inside me. Today, I'm not a guru or a saint. I still have hard days. Last week, I cried in a grocery store parking lot because the world felt too loud. But that night, I did my pre-sleep audit, my breathing bridge, and my emotional scan. I released the shame of crying in public. I anchored myself to the willow tree, and I slept, not perfectly, but enough. The biggest lie rock bottom tells you is that you'll never get up. But here's the truth. Getting up isn't one heroic act. It's hundreds of tiny, quiet choices to breathe, to write, to let go, to rest. Sleep became my refuge, not my battleground. Emotional release taught me that feelings aren't enemies. They're messengers. And when you finally listen to them, they stop screaming. If you're lying awake tonight, convinced you're beyond saving, hear this. I was you. I've stood in that dark hallway of the soul, but I found a door and it opened from the inside. Your positive life doesn't start with a grand overhaul. It starts with a single exhale, a single written line, a single night of choosing release over rumination. Turn your pillow over. Whisper what you're letting go of. Find your willow tree. And then, trust that sleep isn't an escape. It's a homecoming. From rock bottom to radiance, it's the smallest steps that carry us farthest. Start tonight. Your future, rested self, is already cheering you on.